Instagram Live.
Not seeing it. Killing
I'm,
me.
I'm seeing it.
Are you all right? Even better then.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. It's me, San Martin, and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times. Good morning, Eric. How are you doing? It was a long weekend, man. Man, I tell you what, I 100% missed you on Friday.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was cold out. That's all I'll tell you.
I sat there and I'm like, man, I got nothing to talk about. Where's my buddy at, man? Show was not anything without you, my friend. So good to have you back. How was it? What happened? Tell everybody about your adventure this morning. Good morning, Beast.
Yeah, so it was crazy. So let's start with the day.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, let's do the day. All right, so this one's a famous one. So National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Yes, yes.
That is today.
Yes. Governor Ducey called out and said half staff, all flags are half staff. So if you see a flag out there, or if you have a flag, let's go ahead and lower them half staff to go ahead and show the remembrance of, Pearl Harbor.
Eric, I worry. Do they still teach this in schools? Because I could tell you, I'm gonna ask people today.
Yeah, you should. You should just say, hey, do you remember what day it was? I mean, hopefully they actually get it out there and be like, oh, yeah, I remember. But at the same time, I really honestly feel bad because I did not remember until I got the email this morning. So it's a big doozy when people don't talk about it and people are like fixated on other things rather than what is actual, something that is actually really meaningful to us. It was the starting of the World War II. So
it was the starting of our involvement of it. Yeah, we were pretty much isolationists, and they changed that for us.
Yes. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Cassie. All the way from Nebraska. Say what?
Well, so that's cool that we have half staff flags today. I didn't know that. I didn't get that email. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was something that just came in, and I was like, oh my gosh. So, anyways, we put up a post about it this morning, and if you guys don't know too much about it, when it started, what time, and what it caused from that day on, we put it on Facebook. We also put it on the PrescottTimes.com. And it's an amazing story. And there's actually movies out there that depict what happened that day. So if you guys ever want to catch up to it, there's good flicks out there to kind of like embrace the terror that happened that day. And who would have thought in Hawaii, was the place where that actually was going to happen, man. It's intense, man. I really
and the USS Arizona was the big ship that sunk.
Yep. And I think in the picture that we have, we actually have the memorial with the ship that in the background where it's all smoky and stuff and doing this thing. So good morning, everybody. Today is one of those days. It's a somber day, but it's also, let's remember some of the things that happened in our past, and that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal.
San Martin, and I don't love it, but I mean the things that World War II did for our country. I mean it that's where we came out of our shell, I guess we could say. So important times.
Yeah, and one of the crazy thing about it is on Netflix. I know I'm going to go head back to there. You guys are probably
Netflix. Like, is there a binge moment?
Oh, we actually are watching The Crown. Okay, The Crown, okay. And it's really depicting some of the stuff that happened when Churchill was a part of the Parliament, and when he
what
was
season is that? Because that time period is just fascinating.
It is very fascinating, and it's kind of interesting because one of the crazy things about it is that it shows her, it's Queen Elizabeth at that point in time, when a younger age, when she actually became the queen because her father passed away. And so she basically took over, as rules set, that's what had to happen. And it was crazy because at one point in time, the educator comes to her and says, this is what you need to learn. You need to learn your Constitution, and you need to learn what we are founded on. And then she wanted to know about general education, and he goes, you're not going to need to know anything about that. Fast forward many, many years ahead, and so she says, I feel dumb when I talk to these people because they're talking about all these things and I have no clue what it is. And so she wanted to go back and learn a little bit about, economics and basic math. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure she still had that education, but it was very interesting. In history, and the British government is very much involved with America has today, and a lot of the stuff that was going on in those days. Really, honestly, it was no, everybody was together. It was kind of cool. I mean, we're still in the first season, so this is when
Okay.
Churchill and the other guy got sick. I don't know if you remember anything in history, but Churchill ended up getting like this major sickness, two strokes actually, and the other one was having his gallbladder, and they both lied to the princess, the queen, and so she asked her educator, she's like, "What should I do?" And he goes, "Scold them like bunch of children."
That's good. Yeah, I think I started watching the first season, so it's definitely interesting. So
Yeah.
rearranging our stuff back to what we going on. I hate to bring it up. I really hate to bring it up, San Martin. But how did the lighting go this weekend?
I mean, to be in all honesty, it looked like it was a lot of fun for everybody that went out, and it was a lot of fun for everybody that did not go out. They watching it on live. It ranged up to like thousands of people watching live and thousands of people showing up because they obviously felt safe to do so, and so they did it. They went down there and they brought it in the old Prescott traditional way. I don't know how many people from out of town were there, how many people from in town were there, but it looked like there was also counter protests that were happening at that point in time, and it was just, to be in all honesty, it
Oh, there was
really,
there was protests and count. Oh, that's too bad.
yeah, it was definitely bad. But I post a picture of the beautiful downtown of how downtown is supposed to be during this time in season, and it was demolished and hijacked by everybody that wanted to be political about mask and about mandates and about this and about that super spreader. And I'm just like, oh, it was saddened, guys. So it was very sad. And unfortunately, there was a lot of people that were agitating those comments, and those people. I have no clue where these people live or how they interact on in Prescott, but I really honestly found that they don't live in Prescott, and they were agitating our community members that were actually posting and saying how awesome it was to see such a beautiful sight like we do every year. COVID is being a stinkler, and it's showing its true horns. And so it was sad to see that, but at the same time, there's still a beautiful picture up, guys. So if you guys want to go see it,
Is that the drone picture you took, or that you got that you posted, or is that another picture?
it was another picture. It was a picture of I think it's the east side, no, west side of the courthouse, and it's just a beautiful picture that one of our awesome followers, top fans, I think, gave to us, let us utilize to share with the masses, and we did, man, and it got a lot of likes, a lot of attention, uh, bad and
Well, the
good.
drone shot was pretty cool too, but I'm excited to go down there and check it out now that it's all going and it's up. So I'm sure there'll be some great pictures being posted. And wow, 1,000 people online, San Martin, watching that. That's incredible.
Yes, and I mean, it was one of those things that we didn't want to like let down, and a lot of people feel scared. A lot of people don't feel scared, and even if the people that didn't feel scared probably stayed home because they wanted to go ahead and have a place to remember. This is Christmas time, guys. This is what we do.
It is. I posted this morning. It's been a year since last year's parade today, last year's Christmas parade, and so certainly bummed that we won't be doing that this year, unfortunately. But we had some good memories.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that there's a lot of opportunity, to be suited coming up. So it is what it is. But you know what? The best thing about today is,
Snow.
oh, that's what I was going to get at, Eric.
Uh,
This is
I thought today. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't mean to jump the gun. Yeah,
no,
anything that's wet falling from the sky right now would be amazing because all I hear is everybody complaining about how dry everything is and how dry their skin is right now.
Yeah, everybody's feeling the impact. But so the crazy part about it last week, guys, is we were depicting there might be some snow and rain and stuff like that coming this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, it's been withdrawn. It's been withdrawn.
No.
The only thing that we're seeing right now is on Wednesday, which a 15% chance of some precipitation. So, with that being said, I think we're going to actually be going down and staying in the moderate 50 degrees, 40 degrees, and early morning staying at 20, 24 degrees. So, I'm sorry, guys. No positiveness about some moisture coming up in the Prescott, Arizona. But hey, guess what? If you guys want to go ahead and check out downtown, there's beautiful lights on the courthouse.
There
It's really
is.
beautiful out
You
there,
know,
man.
San Martin, it seems like this year people have done a really good job. Not saying they don't in the past, but they've gone all out in their yards this year. So like on our schedule for this week is to drive around town and look at Christmas displays because they just seem like they're bigger, brighter, and more people are doing it than ever before. Or is it just me?
I I know, Eric. I think actually everybody's getting into the spirit of Christmas. I mean, it's something that kind of takes you away from what's happening in the outside world. We're doing the same thing. We're actually feeling a little bit more festive this year than we did last year. And
Okay.
I mean, I think it's because we're just tired of all the negative and all the stuff that we keep on counseling. We can't canceling. We can't keep things going because the fear of just getting anybody sick or just okay. So I guess it goes like this: the people that are not feared of the sickness actually fear the sickness because they fear that they're going to get somebody else sick.
Right.
So
No, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
circle saying that what some people do care, but then there's people that are like, man, I mean, like me, I really honestly, I'm a confronter. I like confronting issues, and one of them right now is like some sickness that I feel like I've already had or already came around, and technically it actually did come around my home and the people that I love dearly, and we all survived, and I mean, I don't know what else to say besides I don't know how to live right now. It
Well,
kind of
so
makes
San Martin, I'm certainly in that other camp. I spent some time recently with somebody in that age bracket that's the high risk age bracket, and they don't get it. Like, hey, let's go out to eat. Let's go here. Let's go to this place. Let's go to this place. It's like you can't, and they don't understand. And so that experience has made me more just like, okay, I gotta watch out for them because they don't get it. Going around hugging people and shaking hands, and I'm just like,
yeah.
you just can't do that right now. And they're just like, why not? Yeah, And so I understand that whole piece.
And it's but then again, you also got to look at the old timers like visual, the stuff that they've been through, and they're just like, you know what, I'm ready, I'm ready
There
to
is
go.
there is that there's a
I'm
not
ready to go. I'm old
right.
enough to know better, and I'm just like, you know what? I've licked some doorknobs before. I've touched a lot of gas pumps before, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody out there, the ones that they feel like that nothing's really there,
Yeah.
they probably feel like it's the time of life where it's just like,
Well, and
dude,
so San Martin schools are still not back. They're not going to be back till the end of the year, right?
yeah, they got closed down like always, but here we are. Not like always. Like this is our favorite pastime. We just close
Well,
down.
and not going into too much detail because everybody's like the kids should go back. The kids could go back. The rumor mill, and it's just a rumor mill, is that there's enough teachers that are out sick in all of the districts that they don't have enough teachers to cover class, and there's a shortage of subs. Nobody wants to sub for $13 an hour right now. I mean, is really what the overall consensus is. So they just don't have enough teachers, and so it has nothing to do with kids not getting sick or kids getting sick. It's there's not enough teachers in the classroom. So, that what are they going to do? And
Yeah.
that's the reason.
One of the, I guess that is the rumor mill. Actually, Chino Valley came out with something. Eric, can you press record? I'm so sorry. I should have told you that earlier.
My fault. Sorry about that, bud.
No, I just noticed. So the thing that came out from Chino Valley was saying that the teachers were really sick and they couldn't find enough replacements to come and take over their scenario. But once again, this should have been planned, as far as education, acknowledging that if you get sick, there should be 14 days of when it starts to when it finishes or when you get put into quarantine. I think that there should have been like something that would be put in place.
Well, it's a perfect storm. I don't know if you know as an employer. So about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, the rules changed for employers, and that includes schools. Is on top of vacation time, you have to give so many sick days as well in Arizona. That law was passed like 2 years ago. And so that impacts, and there's already a teacher shortage. We already have large classrooms, and there's a sub shortage. Nobody wants to be a substitute teacher. And so now you add COVID to that mix, and it's like putting gasoline on a fire.
Yeah, it's crazy because uh, it's insane. I mean, no matter what, it's insane. And to top it off is like the children are with the children all the time, and then the teachers, they still have to go out into the world as far as like Fry's, Walmart, those really high trafficked area. And so who's to say that they're not protecting themselves at those point in times, and then bringing it back to the children. I mean, it's just a constant circle that we're looking into. And as everybody knows, the biggest talk right now is those vaccines. I mean, this is one of the biggest things that are happening.
Could be approved this week.
Yep, this month is where it's all coming down, guys.
All right, so San Martin, can I ask you a couple local questions? Hopefully you have the answers for it, because people are bugging me about it.
Yes, what is it?
And is the food drives on Saturdays still going on, and are they the same place?
Yeah, well, they actually just started back up this past Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, and two places in Saturday. One was over at the J.C. Penney's in Prescott, Arizona, and the other one was at Little Dealer Little Prices in Prescott Valley. We actually post those. If you see them, they're going to be on flyer form or event form. And if you guys want to follow the people that are running this, is Real Hope Inc. So Real Hope INC dot. So if you guys want
Do
to
they
go
have a
ahead,
Facebook page yet?
they have a Facebook page.
All right, awesome. Okay.
They had a Facebook page. I'll go ahead and share that with you guys. I think I actually did share the event that they posted yesterday or the day before, to go ahead and get everybody informed of what's happening. So it's out there. You just got to look for it. And if you guys see it and you guys want to go ahead and help out neighbors or whatever, feel free to go ahead and pass the information. That's basically what we're here for, is to pass on information and to make sure it gets into the right hands. So that's kind of what it comes down to.
And I want to remind everybody that ends at the end of the year.
Yeah, we try to remind everybody.
It's part of that stimulus package. Yeah, it's part of the stimulus package, and it runs out at the end of the year. So if you're on the edge, or neighbors that are on the edge, you need help, you may want to check that out before we get deep into the holidays and the end of the year, because it will stop, unfortunately. And I think that's been a lifeline for all these people. San Martin, I think you agree.
Yeah, and a lot of people I mean, I really don't want people to be independent on this, because there is an end to this, unfortunately. But hopefully, people will still carry it on and find the way to go ahead and get extra food. But I also think that we still got to be connected with the farmers in Arizona or around the area, so we can make sure that their food doesn't go bad and rotten and have to be thrown away. So we still want to go ahead and keep that food chain going. Hopefully, Real Hope Inc., which is AKA Maya's Mercado out there in Prescott Valley, will still keep this the food box thing going on, which is $50 for like 90 pounds or close to 100 pounds worth of just good.
It's a lot. We've split with a family before. We've gone and done it, and it's a lot.
Yeah, and guys, you guys could check them out as well. Make sure you go to their page, like their page. They'll post it when their food box is ready. And they got tamales going on. They got so many hidden gems over there that you guys definitely need to know about. If you guys want that home cooked meal, home cooked tamale, fresh out of the pot, that's the place to go. I haven't been out there for the tamales yet, but there's specific time when I like to eat tamales, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can eat tamales all the time, but there's like this tradition, like every I think it's after Christmas, we would all go to grandma's house, and tamales were just literally the delicacy of all foods, man. It's crazy. Do you know what tamales are? Tamales are what they're made out of and stuff.
Like the masa and oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was going through the freezer this weekend and I saw a big stack in there. I was excited. I was like, "Oh, I get to eat these now." Yeah,
dude, there's something about them, man. It just. I mean, it's very simple, but it's just like there's something about it.
With hot sauce and cheese. Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, well, you know what you should try it for, Eric, is breakfast. I mean, this might sound a little bit awkward for many people out there, but if you try it for breakfast, it comes with eggs,
Yeah.
rice, and I mean, these are all homemade stuff: rice, eggs, beans. I mean, it can never go wrong with those three, four factors. And
Yep.
if
We actually put eggs over the top. We do them New Mexico style.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
our style. That's
Yeah.
our style. Bravo. See,
Yeah.
I like that. Talking about some of the things as far as food, we had the opportunity to go to a couple places that's were just amazing. So this is where we kind of get into a little bit of what happened this weekend, Eric. So I ended up showing up over at the pub of Prescott. The pub of Prescott it's an actual extension to the Lonesome Valley Brewery out in Prescott Valley. And we were just roaming around, on Friday and Saturday nights, going to the hot spots as far as like, El Gato or the Farm Provision or Big, they're really good food there because it's actually farm to fork, from what we know. And, and it's hard to get in there. So we were just roaming around like, oh man, let's just go home. I'll make you something at home, home cooked. And we were cruising. And I was like, oh, this place. And the pub of Prescott is open. They haven't done a big, huge opening, but the pub of Prescott is open. And guess what?
Where's it? Where's it located at?
On Marina Street in Sheldon, right on the corner.
I saw them
Right,
working on that building.
right across the street from what's that store called? Sprouts. Right across the street from Sprouts,
Yep.
south of
It
Sprouts.
used to be like the Pier whatever building, right?
Yeah, it used to be that winery, the
Mhm.
bin, the bin, the bin,
Yeah.
the bin something. But anyways, we went in there. It's kind of a living room seating type of a place. You have the living room seats, and then you have a little bit of tabletops. But it reminds me kind of a den of some sort. Where you go into the office, and then the office has these nice, elegant chairs, and it has a table right there with these nice, elegant lamps. I mean, it really honestly looks like a freaking library or an office or a den at your great granddad's house or something. It's amazing though. The ambiance, the feeling there. It's really relaxed. It's hanging out. And we actually get to go ahead and talk with one of the main people that are running the place, which is general manager, and we get to talk with her on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, we're going to go over there and we're going to talk about all the cool things that are happening there. The food is amazing. We ended up
And
having
so I was going to ask if they had food. That sounds good. Okay.
they have food, they have home brew. So it's an actual good spot to be in. I feel like it's a crazy time to open up a business, but guess what? When you have something that isn't needed for our area, it will work perfect because once again, we went around on Friday and Saturday. We wanted to go to the cool spots, quote unquote, and they were all packed, and you couldn't get in until like hours later. So I was like, this is
They're keep in mind they're at 50% occupancy right now.
yeah, and they're spread out to
So
that.
hey, are people still using the outside thing since it's so cold, or is it kind of like right now they're kind of not?
Yeah, Eric, I don't know. I think that the only time that they're probably utilizing those things is to go smoke outside, or maybe in the daytime because it still gets
Lunchtime.
beautiful. Yeah, because beautiful. It's beautiful from like 12 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then it starts getting really cold. But I saw a few people down there this weekend, just hanging out and stuff. But I don't know if you know, once again, I don't know if it's a positive thing. But Governor Ducey ended up coming on last week, and the first thing that he said that he was going to go ahead and write a declaration saying that everybody could go ahead and expand on every parkway, every walkway, anywhere you can put a seat, you put it there. He's saying all the laws are gone right now for any of those scenarios. So if you're a store, if you're a rest, I think it's mainly restaurants. And if you want to put some seating outside, put a whatever you do
Did
it.
that pass? Is that like
Yeah,
real? Is that real?
it wasn't passed. It was a declaration, Eric. They said that we need to do this. Unfortunately, there's some places all over the state, and so he ended up opening up some money. So each county or each city will be able to go ahead and utilize this for some of their restaurants that are out there to go ahead and keep people coming and keep the the seating arrangement to raise the capacity,
Hmm.
so we can keep them alive. Everybody thought that they're going to shut down Arizona, but that's not what happened. They ended up giving a couple of ideas on how to go ahead and keep up the businesses open, keep the businesses going, such well, mainly restaurants. So
Well, in San
um,
Martin, last time this happened in the spring, we had an influx of people from California when Arizona didn't shut down and California did. And so I'm thinking we probably will see the same thing here.
yeah, I was driving yesterday, Eric, and every other car was California. Every other car was California.
Yeah, because
It
they're all
really,
shut down now completely.
yeah, yeah, they're pretty much hurting over there, which is not a good thing.
All
Not a
right,
good.
real quick. I know we're running low on time. San Martin, do you know anything about the Toys for Tots drive? I'm seeing the boxes everywhere, and that's going on. And I want to remind everybody that there's a lot of people hurting this year. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, donation and Toys for Tots, things like that. I don't know much about their program up here, or around the valley, but there are other programs too. But any ideas of research, things like that, where people can get kids. It's not kids' fault, right?
no.
So kids still need to be able to have a good Christmas.
Yeah, Toys for Tots is it's obviously something that's been going on for years. We
Mhm.
are actually running one over at the Desert Rose right now, and doing collections. And there's specific spots that you will go to go ahead and obtain these things. And I think they actually give them to a few other people, such as um, like Salvation Army. They actually have a program and things like that. So nonprofit organizations that are out there helping out communities and local families is something for you. I know Catholic Charities do the same thing, and many more. The way that you
So that's great. The Desert Rose is doing it. Do you know when the deadline when they're picking those up are, so people know when to get them dropped off by?
I can find that out, Eric, and then I'll post a little bit more about it. But yeah, they're raising enough toys for that. I know that Real Hope Inc. is actually also going to be doing the same thing and raising for toys for tots. But they also have a shipment of clothes and toys that they're going to probably put together here shortly. If I'm not mistaken, I got to go back and make sure that they are going to do that. Daniel over there stated this probably about a couple months ago, saying that this is something that they have planned, so I want to go ahead and go over it, make sure that it's an actual positive. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things there. One of the things that we did not cover today is a lot of the stories that came through this past week, and I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys that the Prescott Times will go ahead and put those on their page. If you guys want to go ahead and read more, hear more, or even share with us any of your stories or pictures, just go to the Prescott Times editor at theprescotttimes.com. Give us all the info that you possibly have out there, and we will try to get it on, as long as everybody's in agreement to what we can post and what we can't post, and making sure the lawyers say, yeah, Martine, you're allowed to do that. Oh man, when I signed up for this, Eric, I didn't know how many people actually really want stories to be put out there. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking, oh my gosh, that's a crazy story. But guess
it is.
what, guys?
They happen. So you got 2 minutes left for your business spotlight of the day.
Yes, most definitely. And the business spotlight goes out to Joe's Barbershop. Johan up there is my barber, and I swear by him, for the past 10 years, he has been giving me my hairdo. And let me tell you guys, this hairdo was not a part of what Martine had going on in the beginning. I actually had I don't know what kind of hairdo it was. I think it was made for when I could put on a hat and take off a hat. And I never combed it to the side. I never had a hard part. And I really didn't have a big old bushy beard, guy. But for some reason, one day it all changed. Got a new haircut, got a new beard, and then all of a sudden, it's now a character.
And
So
you woke up and boom.
yeah, beautiful. I turned beautiful. So, anyways, business spotlight goes out to Johan at Joe's Barbershop in Prescott, Arizona, at the Frontier Village Shopping Center. Make sure you guys shop local. There's a lot of local amazing places out there that are selling gift cards and also giving discounts. We got a lot of discounts going over at the Desert Rose for sure going on right now, but it's because we love to give back to the community. I mean, that's one of the best things is give back to the community and give back to the people that are out there. So with that being said, I feel good. I feel accomplished. I'm glad that you're back, Eric. It was really boring last Friday. I am not going to lie. I came unprepared because I was thinking about other things, and I was like, oh, wait, I've got to put some lights on the tree rather than I need to get somebody to come sit with me on Friday. So when Eric says I'm not there, and I'm like, what? You know, I actually got that, brother. So
It's all
glad to
good.
have you.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
glad to have you, and I'm pretty sure everybody out there was glad to have you as well. So with that being said, I am done, man. I am done until tomorrow morning, and we'll be back at it again. So with
Happy
that being
Monday.
said, yeah, happy Monday, peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. Thank you, guys.